print make முடியாது.
So then I do like that.
More
Music.
slow.
The members of the academy
Sir.
leading the process is our director, Dr. Narayani Ramachandran, NMIMS Bengaluru. She is accompanied by Senior Advocate Sri C.K. Nandakumar, our Chief Guest of the ceremony, Ms. Sharma Balaji, Founder and Managing Partner, Nova Juris Legal, our Guest of Honor, and the faculty, School of Law, SDKMS NMIMS Bengaluru. School of Law, NMIMS Bengaluru, marks a significant reflects the rigorous pursuits in the metamorphosis of a student to that of a law professional. Taking that event forward, I now invite our security officer, Mr. Srinivas, to do the security briefing.
Good morning, everyone. I am Security Officer Srinivas, and this announcement is regarding security measures of auditorium NMIMS Bengaluru. We have two gates to exit from auditorium. Once you exit, there are two exit doors towards right, that is staircase number 5 and glass door next to CLR 001. On your left hand side, there is one exit, that is staircase number 6. Upon announcement of evacuation, please do not panic, stay calm and follow instructions. There are EIT members en route to guide you up to safe assembly area. Your safety is our priority. Thank you.
A prayer is a beautiful expression of gratitude to the Almighty. As we proceed with the event, let us now invoke the blessings of the Almighty by lighting the lamp, seeking their continued blessings upon each one of us. May I now request the dignitaries on the dais to kindly light the ceremonial lamp. I also request Dr. Kush Kalra, Assistant Professor, School of Law, to join us for the lighting of lamp. Let us all rise for the lighting of lamp and the invocation, which will be followed by NMIMS anthem, please remain standing until the NMIMS anthem is sung. I also request Mr. Srinivas Murthy to render the invocation song.
वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देवा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा या कुन्देन्दुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्मच्युत शङ्कर प्रभृतिभिः देवै सदा वन्दिता सा मम पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापः निःशेषजाड्यापः.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Please be seated. I now request our Director, Dr. Narayani Ramachandran, to felicitate our Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. C.K. Nandkumar, Senior Advocate at High Court of Karnataka and Practice Head at Law Chambers of C.K. Nandkumar. I now also request our Director, Dr. Narayani Ramachandran, to felicitate our guest of honor, Ms. Sharda Balaji, Founder and Managing Partner, Novo Juris Legal. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. I now invite our Director, Dr. Narayani Ramachandran, to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you, Professor Prithvi. A pleasant good morning to one and all gathered here. It's such a pleasure and honor to welcome the chief guest, Mr. C.K. Nandakumar, Senior Advocate and Practicing Head, Law Chambers of C.K. Nandakumar, and our guest of honor, Ms. Sharada Balaji, Founder and Managing Partner, Novo Juris Legal. Distinguished guests, guest team, parents, families, and faculty member and staff members, and above all, our dear graduating students of School of Law. Welcome you all to NMIMS Bengaluru campus. It gives me immense pride and pleasure to welcome you all to this degree distribution ceremony of School of Law 2026 at NMIMS Bengaluru campus. Today is not merely a formal academic landmark. It is the culmination of years of relentless pursuit, rigorous intellectual debate, late nights spent in analyzing statutes and case laws, and the shared journey of transformation that has taken place in your academic journey. A degree in law is not just a testament to your academic achievement. It represents resilience, critical discernment, moral clarity, and an unyielding commitment to truth. Behind every graduate seated here today is the story of moments when the path seemed daunting, yet you chose to persevere and analyze deeper and push forward. And no graduate reaches the stage alone. To the parents and families gathered here today, I extend my warmest congratulations. I remember seeing you during the Diksha Rambam 5 years back when you left your ward with a lot of anxiety on their faces here at NMIMS Bengaluru campus. Do you remember the day of Diksha Rambam when you were the first day of your college at NMIMS Bengaluru campus? You have been the silent pillars of strength behind every achievement we celebrate today. Your unconditional support, sacrifices, and steady faith during their academic journey have brought your children to this particular moment. The pride you feel today is well earned, and this achievement belongs to your dedication as much as belongs to our graduates. It is our immense privilege to once again formally welcome our chief guest, Mr. C.K. Nandakumar. In an era where the legal landscape demands sharp intellect and unwavering ethical integrity, your illustrious career provides a powerful beacon for our young graduates. In the same spirit, I extend my deepest welcome to our guest of honor, Ms. Sharada Balaji. Your remarkable journey and brilliant legal acumen will serve as a truly inspiring blueprint for our graduating batch today. We look forward with great anticipation to the wisdom and insights you will share with our legal scholars today during the ceremony. Dear graduates, as you prepare to cross the stage and join the legal profession, take a moment to reflect on the world that awaits you. From corporate boardrooms to courtrooms, the demands placed upon legal minds are changing faster than ever before. In this environment, your ultimate strength will be your ability to think critically, question constructively, adopt continuously, and lead with empathy. Remember that as legal professionals, you hold a unique role in society. Use law to construct, to resolve, to defend, and to uplift. Be ambitious in your career aspirations, but remain grounded in your principles. Strive for perfection in your practice, but prioritize fairness in your intent. Never compromise your ethical compass for quick gains. True reputation in the legal field is built over decades of consistency and trust. as you step beyond the gates of NMIMS Bengaluru campus, carry with you the legal rigor and core values nurtured here. You are now ambassadors of our campus, of this esteemed institution, and your future contributions to society will be the proudest reflection of our legacy. Know that no matter how far your legal careers take you, NMIMS Bengaluru campus will remain your academic home. Congratulations to one of you, each and every one of you, and welcome you back to the campus for this particular August ceremony. May your careers be filled with purpose, high achievement, and an enduring commitment to justice. Thank you for this opportunity to welcome you and welcome you once again. Wish you an inspiring and memorable ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I now request Ms. Alisha Thomas, Assistant Professor of Law, NMIMS Bengaluru, to present the annual report for the year 2025-26 of the Bangalore campus.
Good morning and welcome to the degree distribution ceremony of School of Law NMIMS Bengaluru. To our distinguished guests, respected faculty members, dedicated staff, graduating students and cherished families, we are deeply honored by your presence as we come together to celebrate this significant milestone. As we gather here today to reflect upon the milestones achieved and the journey undertaken, I am filled with a profound sense of pride and gratitude for the incredible academic year we have had. I now present a brief report of the academic year 2025-26. The School of Law successfully hosted the inaugural program for our 7th batch, the 3rd edition of the annual Law Fest Solaris 3.0, and our flagship event was a grand success that saw over 600 participants from across the country for both co-curricular and extracurricular events, including Scriptivox 2.0, article writing competition, parliamentary debate competition, mediation competition, Jashn-e-Junoon, the cultural fest, crime scene investigation, Parakram, the sports fest, and Nukkad Natak competition. The School of Law successfully organized the first NMIMS Bengaluru Moot Court competition to 2026, which saw participants from 32 law schools from across the country. The Narsi Munji Global Diplomatic Conference 2026, organized by the MUN Society of NMIMS Bengaluru, hosted 100 delegates. The Center of Excellence in International Law and Human Rights launched the 4th edition of the booklet titled The Consumer Rights in the Digital Era, Ensuring Access to Justice in the Digital Space. The Center also launched the Human Rights Carta 4.0 on Marginalization and Dignity, a Human Rights Approach to commemorate International Human Rights Day. NMIMS Bengaluru co-hosted the International Conference on Innovation and Entrepreneurship for Deep Tech Startups in collaboration with the Indian Institute of Science, Bengaluru. The Intellectual Property Cell at NMIMS Bengaluru successfully hosted the IP Conclave on the intellectual property in the digital age, influencers, remix culture, music rights, and emerging virtual media. The cell also launched and released the first edition of IP Cell booklet titled IP and Sports, Ready, Set, Innovate on the occasion of World IP Day. The School of Law hosted Temple University School of Law, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, USA. The School of Law, NMIMS Bengaluru, celebrated Constitution Day on 26 November 2025 to commemorate the adoption of Constitution of India. NMIMS Bengaluru hosted its convocation ceremony on 22nd August 2025. At NMIMS Bengaluru, we take great pride in the exceptional achievements and contributions of our faculty members and students. Starting with the achievements of faculty members, Dr. Samragi Chakraborty was invited as a special guest and to deliver lecture in National Seminar on Uniform Civil Code and an Instrument of Uniform Justice, organized by Department of Law, Assam University, Silchar, funded by ICSSR, Ministry of Education, Government of India. She was invited as a panelist in 2 national seminars, first on empowering the vulnerable communities, strategies for inclusive social development, organized by Techno India University, West Bengal, and Jogesh Chandra Chaudhary Law School, Kolkata. And second at Pravaha, a national conclave on navigating gender dynamics and child welfare in Contemporary India, organized by the Center for Women and Child Welfare Policy, Ramaiah College of Law, Bengaluru. As a chair for the technical session featuring paper presentations at the first International Symposium on Changing Global Order in South Asia, organized by School of Law, Christ, deemed to be University, Bangalore, in collaboration with the Indian Society of International Law. She participated in 2 national faculty development programs, one on labor rights and human rights, organized by DBNLU Sonipat with the VV Giri National Labour Institute, and another on women entrepreneurship, digital rights, ESG accountability, and corporate governance reforms, organized by the School of Law at KIT DU. Dr. Kush Kalra was felicitated by Honorable Chief Justice of India at the Supreme Court and was honored by the Indian National Bar Association at a Constitution Day Award ceremony held at the Constitution Club for Excellence in Legal Research, with special recognition for his books, Ultimate Guide to AOR and Decoding Stages of Criminal Trial. Dr. Kush participated in 2 national faculty development programs, Artificial Intelligence in Education and Research, organized by IIM Vishakhapatnam, IPR Laws in India, organized by Vivekanand Global University, Jaipur, and completed a certificate course in Cybersecurity and Artificial Intelligence, organized by the Institute of Constitutional and Parliamentary Studies in collaboration with BHU. Dr. Mohammed Habib participated in 2 national faculty development programs, one on research methodology and undergraduate research guidance in the NEP context, organized by Ramanujan College with the College of Vocational Studies, University of Delhi, and another on NPTEL program on labor economics, theory and practice. Dr. P. Lakshmi Prasanna participated in 2 national faculty development programs, Reimagining Education, AI and Pedagogical Shifts and Research in the Age of Data, organized by Loyola Academy, Secunderabad, and Research Writing Using AI Tools, organized by the Academia Institute of Research Studies, Tamil Nadu. Professor Prithvi K.G. authored a book chapter titled The Marriage Live-in Relationship Dichotomy under Uniform Civil Code of 2024 in Rethinking Legal Frameworks, Contemporary Challenges and Future Directions by Walnut Publications. He was invited to judge the oral rounds of the 3rd All India Moot Court competition organized by the Moot Court Society of Saundarya Law College, Bengaluru, and to judge the oral rounds of Surana and Surana National Trial Advocacy Moot Court Competition 2025, hosted by the Moot Court Association of the School of Excellence in Law, Tamil Nadu, Dr. Ambedkar Law University, Chennai. He participated in a national faculty development program on the use of AI in teaching and research organized by Law Teachers India. Professor Alicia Thomas participated in 2 national faculty development programs, a national capacity building workshop on forensic linguistics for crime prevention, justice and media integrity organized by NFSU Gandhinagar with Law Teachers India, and another faculty development program on developing MOOC programs organized by Rajiv Gandhi National University of Law, Punjab. She was awarded the Best Paper Award in the 3rd International Conference on Innovating Governance, the Intersection of Law, Technology and Management in the Digital World by Pragyan, School of Law, SVKM's NMIMS Indore, for her paper titled When Patents Outlive Patients, Evergreening and Crisis of Drug Affordability. She has published a book chapter titled Empowering Innovators, the Role of IP Laws, published in the book Intellectual Property Rights in India, Innovation, Protection and Future Trends. She has published another book chapter titled Digital Codes and Data Security, Reimagining Privacy and Trust in Administration of Justice, in book titled AI and Technology in Administration of Justice. She has also completed NPTEL online certification course on conflict management through mediation. Professor Sahana Reddy participated in a national faculty development program on literature as a repository of Indian knowledge system organized by NLU Tripura. She was also invited as a panelist for the Alumni Fireside Chat Women's Day edition organized by the SLCU Alumni Association of Christ, deemed to be University. Professor Anjana participated in 4 national faculty development programs covering next-gen IPR for innovation, startups, academia, and research powered by AI tools, organized by Fatima College, Madurai, jurisprudence and legal theory organized by SNBP Law College with Law Teachers India, and completed NPTEL AICTE certification courses on both international trade law and energy law. Professor Shefali Soni participated in a national faculty development program on Medical Law organized by NPTEL AICTE. Professor Ashwin Menon was invited as a judge and panelist by the Sustainable Development Goals Cell, School of Law, Christ deemed to be University, Bengaluru. Moving on to the student achievements. The team comprising of Mr. Jaykumar Gupta, Mr. Venkat Kishore Srimalle and Ms. Amrita Saranya Cheruvu emerged as quarter-finalists at the 24th Henry Durant Memorial Moot Court Competition 2025 organized by the International Committee of Red Cross in collaboration with the Indian Society of International Law. The team also secured the winner position at the first VARA Vino Legal National Moot Court Competition 2025 organized by Vino Legal and VARA Foundation. Ms. Agrima Parashar and Ms. Angel Sirwani emerged as the runner-up at the 27th edition of the Intercollegiate Law Trust Moot Court Competition organized by Sri Vile Parle Kelavani Mandal's Jitendra Chauhan College of Law, competing with 23 teams. Mr. Siddharth Subramaniam was awarded with the Best Speaker Award at the prestigious 16th K.R. Ramani National Taxation Memorial Moot Court Competition. Mr. Akash Srivastav was awarded the Best Speaker at the prestigious Nani Palkhiwala Moot Court Competition. Mohammad Ovais Akhtar, Mr. Shaurya Singh Tomar and Ms. Oshin Jain secured the position of first runner-up and also awarded the Best Memorial Award at the 6th SGCL National Moot Court Competition 2026 organized by St. Joseph's College of Law. Ms. Adrisha Ray, Ms. Oindri Pal and Ms. Shomshuta Paul represented NMIMS School of Law at the 22nd KK Luthra Moot Court Competition where they emerged as semi-finalists out of 138 teams that had participated. Ms. Arushi Agarwal and Ms. Umehani Sohang Purwala represented NMIMS School of Law at the National Women's Moot Court Competition organized by the SMVEC Center of Legal Education, Puducherry, where the students were awarded the Best Memorial. School of Law NMIMS Bengaluru hosted various guest lectures and events. School of Law hosted an online guest lecture by Professor Oliver Quick from the School of Law, Bristol University on the topic of decision-making in assistant dying. The placement cell of the School of Law organized a guest lecture for the fourth-year students delivered by Mr. Samit S., founder and principal attorney of Sanctum Law. The cell also hosted its annual mock interview day for final year students, which was enriched by an esteemed panel of interviewers representing leading law firms, corporate organizations, in-house legal teams, and HR professionals. The Center of Excellence in International Law and Human Rights Committee hosted a guest lecture on tax risk is not in the law, it's in the conduct. The session was graced by the guest speaker, Mr. Dinesh Agrawal, a tax expert. They also organized a policy drafting competition on the theme Preventing Gender-Based Violence Through Legal and Policy Frameworks. The center also hosted an article writing competition commemorating the importance of international law with specific attention to mental health and human rights. The Moot Court Society organized the Intra-Moot Court competition. The Intellectual Property Boot Camp was on the theme Applying Trademark and Copyright Law to Entertainment and Creative Industries, organized by the IP Cell. The cell also organized the IP Conclave on the theme Intellectual Property in the Digital Age, Influencers, Remix Culture, Music Rights, and Emerging Virtual Media. They have also officially launched their own IP website. The Sahitya and Publications Committee hosted a workshop on the process of legal research and empowering students on their publication journey. Tarunya, the Cultural Committee, organized various cultural events such as Icebreaker, Bollywood Day, Rubaru, Ganesh Chaturthi, Onam, and Farewell Ceremony. The basketball tournament was organized by Zenith, the Sports Committee. The Film and Theatre Society organized Adomania. The Legal Aid Committee organized an orphanage visit. To summarize, this year's School of Law NMIMS Bengaluru has shown remarkable progress in campus competitions won by students, a series of extracurricular and co-curricular activities through clubs and committees, new international collaborations, and research publications by faculties. It reflects the everlasting support and guidance we get from our university leadership team. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. We now commence the presentation of degrees to the candidates. I now request again Ms. Alisha Thomas, Assistant Professor of Law, to present the list of graduating candidates to Dr. Narayani Ramachandran, Director of SVKM's NMIMS Bengaluru.
I request our Director, Dr. Narayani Ramchandran, and Chief Guest, Mr. C.K. Nandkumar, to present the degrees to the graduating batches of BA LLB Honours. Chief Guest, yes. To receive the Bachelor's of Law in BA LLB Honours. Calista Chettiar, Harsh Nassa, Janvi Kanodia, Khushal Goyal, Manya Garg, Naisa Suri, Prerna Narayan, Rishita Sinha, Roma Patel, Shailja Chaudhary, Shreshtavi Pandey, Shreya Shrija, Shruti Agarwal, Tanisha Joshi, Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I now request our Director, Dr. Narayani Ramchandran, and Guest of Honor, Ms. Sharda Balaji, to present the degrees to the graduating candidates of BBLLB Honours. Dr. Narayani Ramchandran, I present to you these 50 candidates from BBLLB Honours, including those permitted in absentia, who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the Bachelor's of Law in BBLLB Honours. Akash Sachdev, Aditya Harsh, Akshita Jha, Amrita Varshini Narayan, Ananya Sharma, Harsh Kohli, Aryan Radhakrishnan, Aryan Kohli, Chitraksh Mayank, Devanshi Nayak, P. Ganesh Ram, Gargi Lad, Jatin Chaudhary, Jay Kumar Gupta, Karthik Dalvi, Kashish Agarwal, Khushbu Gami, Kimaya Dalvi, Lomas Singla, Mahika Channamaneni, Manreet Kaur, Manya, Nidisha Alajangi, Nishtha Jhaveri, Pranav Ghai, Rahul Agrawal, Ritika, Satvika, Sejal Das, Shelvi Vashishtha, Shreya Panda, Suhani Jha, Suhani Gandhi, Yona Monterio, Akash Srivastava, Anna Bhatt, Aditi Patel, Ishita Singh, Rishita Vellore, Venkat Kishore Srimalle, Vartika Pandey, Devashish Mandal. Thank you, ma'am. I would now request Professor Prithvi to kindly take over for further proceedings.
I now request our Director, Dr. Narayani Ramachandran, to administer the sustainability oath.
I will now administer the vote now, sustainability vote now in alignment with our university mission. May I request the graduating students to rise, please? We urge you to commit to this vote as I read it, and I request you all to repeat after me. When I say my name, you will say your name. Fine? I, Narayani Ramachandran, pledge to lead with integrity, championing sustainability and social responsibility in all aspects of life. I'll conserve resources, promote equity, and act with accountability, fostering a just and prosperous world, guided by ethical principles. I commit to protecting our planet and uplifting humanity with transparency and moral courage. I'll inspire others to do the same. Thank you. Please rise.
Thank you, ma'am. I now request Dr. Narayani Ramachandran, Campus Director, NMIMS Bengaluru, Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. C.K. Nandakumar, and the Guest of Honor, Ms. Sharda Balaji, to release the School of Law's Annual Report 2025. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. I now invite Ms. Alicia Thomas, Assistant Professor of Law, to announce the awards of excellence to the students. I now also request Dr. Narayani Ramachandran, Campus Director, SVKM's NMIMS Bengaluru, Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. C.K. Nandakumar, and the Guest of Honor, Ms. Sharda Balaji, to present the awards.
Today, we celebrate the success of the students who have exhibited deep commitment to learning, perseverance, and dedication. These students have not just reached the finish line, but they have redefined what it means to be truly exceptional. Let me present the students who made it to prestigious Dean's List. From BLLB, we have Harjas Gulati, then Sagurika Mukherjee, they will come on stage. Sagurika Mukherjee, Manya Garg, Kalista Chettiar, Jay Kumar Gupta from BBLLB, Kimaya Dalvi, Gargi Lad, Rahul Agarwal, Karthik Dalvi. We now recognize an exceptional academic achiever of the graduating batch. Through outstanding performance, dedication, and consistent pursuit of excellence, this student has earned the distinction of being the rank holder. Let me present the distinguished rank holder of the graduating batch, Mr. Harjas Gulati. He is not present today, so we shall proceed to Best Student Award. It is absolute honor and tremendous pride to recognize the shining stars of this graduating batch of School of Law. These exceptional students have demonstrated unwavering dedication, academic excellence, and an inspiring commitment to their goals with deep commitment. Let me present these remarkable, talented, and dedicated students for Best Student Award. For BLLB, Best Student Award goes to Ms. Shreya Shrija. For BBLLB, Best Student Award goes to Mr. Jay Kumar Gupta. I would now request Professor Shefali to kindly take over for the further proceedings.
Thank you, ma'am. I now request Dr. Narayani Ramachandran to announce faculty and staff awards.
It's time to recognize the faculty and staff members who act as the backbone of this achievements of the students. I would like to recognize those who impart knowledge and inspire our students in bringing out their very best, our faculty colleagues. The best faculty members awardees are the Teaching Excellence Award of the Year goes to Professor Prithvi KG. Best faculty member for multi-campus program coordination goes to two faculty members, Professor Anjana S. and Professor Amaya Saprik. Last but not the least, our dear staff members who dedicated every moment at campus, who form the backbone of our institution. The Best Administrative Staff Member of the Year award goes to Mr. Niranjan. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Let's put our hands together to applaud all the winners. Thank you again. It is my privilege to introduce our Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. C.K. Nandakumar, Senior Advocate, High Court of Karnataka and Practice Head, Law Chambers of C.K. Nandakumar for Degree Distribution Ceremony 2026 before I invite him to address the gathering. Mr. C.K. Nandakumar completed his BA LLB honours from National Law School of India University, Bangalore in 2021. In 2001, he was pardon for that. In 2001, he was designated as a senior advocate in 2021 by High Court of Karnataka. His practice includes matters relating to civil and commercial suits, writ and regulatory matters, court intervention in arbitration, shareholder disputes, corporate insolvency, and white-collar crime. He appears as counsel in arbitration before the Supreme Court of India, the High Court of Karnataka, National Company Law Tribunal, and other fora. He is a fellow of Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, UK. He was recently invited to be on the ICC India Arbitration Group. He has previously been a regional ambassador for HKAIC 45, an initiative of the HKIAC. He is a contributing editor of C.R. Datta Commentary on Company Law 2017 edition. He has contributed to International Construction Contract Law 2nd edition and has contributed to other international publications. He is a visiting faculty at National Law School of India, University, Bangalore, and he is also routinely invited to various speaking engagements. I now invite our Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. C.K. Nandakumar, to address the gathering.
Respected Director, Dr. Narayani Ramchandran, Ms. Sharda Balaji, members of faculty and staff, importantly the graduating class of 2026 and proud parents and other family members. Today is obviously a very momentous occasion in many of your lives. It represents the culmination of 5 years of adventure, endurance, and various other emotions I'm sure that all of you are going through. It also represents something else that's more important. It marks the beginning of a very special journey. You are now graduates, you are now professionals, be it as advocates, in-house roles, in academia, in non-governmental work, or any other role that you choose to take. I think one important factor that all of you will, because many of you have studied business, is earning your own money, and the economic freedom that comes with it is a joy that I hope all of you experience very, very soon. Each of you will, of course, react differently to what comes next. That's how people are. People deal with opportunity, with pressure, with setbacks, with adversity differently. That's what makes us people. But let me tell you something about your generation that's, of course, been branded as Gen Z. I'm 48 years old. I didn't graduate in 2021. Just by way of a disclaimer. I don't know what categorization I fall in, but that's not important. What is more important, and slightly on a more serious note, is that I think there's something fundamentally important that sets this generation apart. And of course, I don't claim to be an authority on Gen Z lingo, and I know a couple of them, but there it ends. But what I can tell you is what will make your generation and what will be the defining attribute of your generation. It will be you. Each one of you. You will be the defining forces of this generation. And don't ever forget that. I think it's all very well to say, okay, you will be the next big thing and so on and so forth, but how do you go about it? Are you equipped to take on the big bad world? What are the challenges you will face? Do you even know about them? Have you thought about it? Have you given your future any thought? I'm sure each one of you would have heard this from a concerned parent or teacher, or all these questions are routinely popped at you. In fact, I make it a point not to ask anybody who's in their high school onwards as to what they want to do next, because as a child I used to hate that question. I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. I think there is, in some ways, the discourse has always been how each generation perceives the following generation with some degree of contempt and negativity. But I think that's certainly a historical sort of a thing. So I would not take it very hard that Gen Z is branded in the way that it is. So please don't take that to heart. But having said that, there is something that is relevant to talk about. Do you feel that the older generation does not understand you, does not recognize you, does not hear what you're thinking, does not hear what you're saying? Let's maybe explore that theme a bit. I think probably a better question is to ask how people in your generation feel about a given issue, and why you feel the older generation doesn't understand. Why is there a dissonance? Why do you feel hard done by the older generation? Many of you have heard descriptions of how all of your entire generation is branded and painted with one broad black brush. You heard, Gen Z doesn't care enough, they're too self-centered, they want instant gratification. All of you, I'm sure, would have heard this, because all of us have heard this. And if we've heard it, you all have surely heard it before us. But I think the important question is, what if you don't change this perception? Will it hurt your job prospects? Will it, affect your career? I think we can all agree that, like I was saying, each generation has its own perception. My grandparents' generation saw independence. My parents' generation lived through license Raj, where you had to wait for 6 months to get a telephone connection, which did not work. Our generation probably started with buses and ended up with kinetic Hondas. Next generation had Nike shoes and computers when they were born. And your generation has started with AI and God knows what else. And social media, that's another very important factor. But I think the common theme that runs through all this is that life goes on. You don't stop to think, we did not stop to think what we were doing. We did not pause to think about the damage to the environment. I heard the pledge earlier and I was quite impressed by it. The denudation of forests or dissipation of wildlife, we didn't think about it. Equally, on the positive side, there have been so many advancements in science and technology that we all took for granted. Now, let me let in another secret. All the people who are older than you like to keep saying that, oh, Gen Z, they love to protest about everything and so on. But let me tell you a secret. We've all been in protest. I've been in protest personally. So it's not as if it is something new, but I think it is the vocalization and it is the manifestation, possibly thanks to social media, that's making you look somewhat different. Let's take something else now. I mean, all this said, possibly I don't think there has been a generation where the entire generation feels so hard done by what the previous generations have done. You take the protest over the NEET paper leak. I mean, I personally think it's reasonable to expect an agency of, be it the government or anybody else, who's responsible for conducting an exam to make sure that there's no leak. We expect that from our universities, and with the kind of faculty and staff that you have here, that goes without saying. But imagine students who've put in a whole year, 2 years, parents have put in so many sacrifices, and you've read all those stories. And then if you just tell a student, okay, you forget about it, you leave aside 1 year, you come back next year, it doesn't really work. So there is certainly, a lot of people who will certainly echo that chord. But having said that, I don't think it's, a Gen Z tourist screaming at an army Jawan who's doing his job at the border is also not very cool. So, what are some of the more common phrases or attributes that many people perceive as being the problems with Gen Z? I personally have a slightly different view, but I'll come to that in a minute. That you all are too entitled, you all are not resilient, you all lack patience. Entitlement. Let me take internships as an example. Many of you have seen posts on social media, many of you may well have posted them yourself about how internships should be paid. But let me give you a counterpoint. Students apply for internships. We write back saying that you wanted an internship, say for example in September is full, no response. That is not entitlement. That is discourtesy. And there's a difference between the two. You write to 100 potential recruiters and say, can one of you give me a job in a mass mail or in a BCC mail? That's not done. That's not being smart. That's not being prudent. You're doing yourself a disservice if you do this. Now, this, you drop one internship to take another. You try and split an internship so that you get 2 internships on your resume. You take 5 days out of 25 days that you are there in the internship on leave. And then you expect to be paid. Somewhere there is a dissonance in that. So, the point I want to make to you is simply this. Balance. Balance what you think is your entitlement with an expectation. Absolutely fair. I think you must do it. I think it's important for you to assert a right, but equally important for you to fulfill the duty. That's actually all that any kind of balance is all about. Now, the next point I wanted to talk about, which sort of is very overwhelming when it comes to this generation, and something that I personally am sort of uninfluenced by, is the influence of social media. I'm hardly on social media. I don't watch TV. Occasionally maybe a movie or some sport. So I really don't know what the fuss is all about. But obviously, jokes aside, the influence that social media brings is immense. Equally true, and this is important, everybody brandies and says, oh, so Gen Z is only influenced by social media. Absolutely incorrect for this reason. My parents' generation still will read something that somebody's posted on Facebook or WhatsApp and believe it to be true. So it is that social media has an influence in different ways and it manifests itself differently. But I think the difference is that the way in which it operates as a sort of a peer pressure for all of you is different, and it does manifest itself differently. What is important and where I think, when personally speaking, when I joined college, we did not have internet. We got it when we were in college, and we had a Linux system. We did not even have, I think I got a Hotmail account in my 4th year of college or something like that. The important thing is you all are much more accustomed to it. So you must be careful to ensure how it influences your thinking, how it influences your behavior, how it influences your patterns, and more importantly, not to lose your individuality. That's to me at the heart of it, because each one of you here, and I'm looking at the kind of awards you're getting, the kind of performances that your professors were rattling out. Honestly, I am absolutely amazed. I am in the midst of an incredibly talented bunch of young minds. I would hate it. I would hate to see that individuality, that talent to just get straitjacketed into what somebody on social media is directing you to do. Don't lose that individuality. Don't lose your creative freedom. Don't lose your personalities. Resilience is the next thing that people keep telling you all about. Old saying is that when the going gets tough, the tough get going. I hear a lot of younger people talk about their concerns about mental health, work-life balance, better working hours and all that, but I'm certainly the wrong person to be lecturing on that, because I have been branded, much like you've been branded Gen Z and whatever else, I've been branded a workaholic, so I'll certainly not talk about that. But having said that, I think what is important is when you get into a job, when you get into a position, you must chart the course. You can't try it out for a month and then say, oh, look, this is not working, I deserve better. You, again, I think have to figure out a way of making it work, tempering your expectations, and not being bothered by what your friends and, or somebody else on social media is saying. Oh, I think this is how law offices should be run. I mean, somebody's been running a law office for the last 40 years. Therefore, there is a method to that madness, and that's something that you must, to some extent, find the balance again. The other thing is that adversity very often makes you stronger. Does that mean that you should put up with anything that comes your way? Absolutely not. This is where you need to be smart. And this is where you should not lose your individuality, because each person has a different sense of what it takes to make it work, what will work and what won't work. Right? And many times you will see somebody who's not been a class topper, just about passed their exams, doing and flourishing incredibly well professionally. So I think that is also a function of the fact that different people take different points, different time, amount of time to come out of their shell, to prosper, to bloom, and to grow. I am absolutely not saying, anything that Gen Z is, don't know anything, you should listen to what somebody else is saying. Frankly, and I genuinely hold this belief, that I think you all are far smarter, far better informed than I was at your age. But the issue also is that I think there is a case to be made out for finding a middle path. You may not always be right. Those older than you may also not be always right. There must be a way in which there is peaceful coexistence. Because I think somewhere, unfortunately, the discourse has become one of Gen Z versus the rest of the world. And it's not. Because let me now tell you something that's very, very important. No generation, no older generation can survive without you. You are at the heart of what will make the future. You are the future. And without you, no practice can function. No business can function. Why? For the simple reason that, if you just take a company as an example, or a corporate structure, you will have top management, you will have senior management, but you also need people coming up the ranks to become that senior management in the years to come. And that is you. That's where you come in. So you have a very vital and important role to play. It is something that anybody who's older than you will grudgingly acknowledge. But equally importantly, they think things should be done their way, you think things should be done your way. All I'm saying is try and find a middle path which makes it work for everybody. If I were to give you a bit of advice, which I know you've had enough people preach to you already, but I'll simply say this: please try and find that middle path. You're too early in your lives and careers to think about everything being irreversible, things won't change, and so on and so forth. Work hard and sincerely and diligently. Use social media, but use it sensibly. Use AI, use it sensibly. Focus on learning. Be humble, and don't forget the social obligations that you have. Somebody made a mention of that. Don't forget that you are all very, very privileged. You are here at an institution which gives you a phenomenal amount of facilities and which has given you a great amount of exposure, the kind of moot courts and other competitions that you're privy to. Many of you would have traveled to different places. None of that we did when we were in college. So you all have a great privilege. Please make the most of it. But more than anything else, you have to focus on learning and work hard. In the famous words of Robert Frost, the woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep and miles to go before I sleep. Finally, I'd say this. Don't worry so much. Things will be fine. Life will go on. You will be fine. You will just need to make a few adjustments. Don't have a very sort of yes or no, fatalistic sort of an approach. Be a little open-minded and things will be fine. So let me just come back to what I started with. Today is obviously a very momentous occasion. It's a very important occasion it represents the culmination of 5 years of work, your graduates, your professionals. For all the criticism and cribbing, like I said, the older generations depend on you. Therefore, ultimately, it is on all of us together as a team to make it work, to take the world and our country forward. So I will end with Pandit Rabindranath Tagore, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments of narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever-widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. He said this over 100 years ago, absolutely true even now. Gen Z, Gen A, B, C, makes no difference. This is what it is. I look forward to welcoming all of you to enrich our bar and to call you learned friends in court very soon. Congratulations and all the very best, and I thank the college for honoring me with this invitation. Thank you all and all the very best.
Thank you so much, sir. It is my privilege to introduce our guest of honor, Ms. Sharda Balaji, founder and managing partner, Novo Juris Legal, for degree distribution ceremony 2026 before I invite her to address the gathering. Ms. Sharda Balaji founded Novo Juris Legal in 2008, a globally ranked firm specializing in disruptive technologies like AI, AR, VR, space tech, fintech, and health tech. The firm has advised thousands of businesses, including unicorns, major exits across international fund formation, cross-border M&A, IP, and more than 1,200 venture financing. Earlier, Ms. Sharda spent more than 12 years leading IPOs, takeover, and cross-border transactions as an in-house attorney for Intel and Manipal Group. An active ecosystem builder, she is an angel investor in more than 36 companies, venture fund, LP, accelerator investor, tech board advisor, and former independent director at Fevele Transport. Her leadership includes chairing Ties Women Entrepreneur Group, serving as India trustee for Balemane Orphan Girls Home, advising the Indo-Israel Chamber Innovation Committee, and co-chairing New Age Tech Law at International Technology Law. A lawyer, Company Secretary, UK Chartered Secretary, Certified Mediator, NLSIU IPR Diploma Holder, and Viper alumna. Ms. Sharda is recognized among India's top 100 women in finance and top 50 in VC transaction, as well as a celebrated speaker and pitch jurist. I now invite the guest of honor, Ms. Sharda Balaji, to address the gathering.
Good morning, everyone. First, let me thank the wonderful management team and the faculty at NMIMS and for inviting me here today. And it's a real privilege to be standing here at your convocation ceremony, and even greater a privilege to have the opportunity to speak to a room full of people who are about to begin the most exciting, unpredictable, and hopefully a rewarding chapter of your life. And I want to simply start by saying congratulations, you made it. There were probably days during law school when you wondered whether you would actually would, right? And there were exams, assignments, internships, moods, presentations, late nights, and perhaps a few existential questions, did you choose the right one? And now suddenly you're graduating. And the next question everyone is going to ask you is, so what's next? Like Nandkumar said, I don't know. And that's perfectly okay, which is slightly terrifying when you think about it, because the truth is you probably don't. And that's perfectly okay. And in fact, I think it's one of the first things that I want to tell you today, that you're entering a profession that is changing faster, more than you can predict. And your job isn't to predict the future. Your job is to become the kind of person who can thrive in whatever future arrives. You're entering the legal profession at a particularly interesting time. You have heard this repeatedly. Over the last few years, AI is going to change everything. It's going to write contracts. It's going to do legal research. It can review documents. It can make lawyers very efficient. And perhaps one day, AI will do things that you can't even imagine today. And if you're graduating right now, I suspect that comes with a certain amount of anxiety, because you have spent 5 years to do something, and suddenly you're being told that the machine might be able to do parts of it faster than you can. And the anxiety is real. And I don't want to dismiss it by saying, don't worry, AI will never replace lawyers. I don't know that. And frankly, neither does anyone right now. Today it's AI, tomorrow it will be something else, some other technologies. So you're entering a world that is, the only certainty is that it'll be uncertain. But here's what I do know, which is technology can change what a lawyer can do, but it cannot replace the need for judgment, curiosity, character, and taste. And I'll explain that in a bit. And those are the things that you can spend the rest of your life developing. So if I could leave you with a few pieces of advice today, it would be these. First, stay curious. Have an almost unreasonable amount of curiosity about the world around you, and not just law. Be curious about business, about technology. How does this business make money? Why people behave the way they do? How do companies make money? Why is a founder willing to take an enormous risk to build something? About why a particular negotiation succeeded and the other did not? And what is happening in the world? And importantly, be curious about yourself. Ask yourself, what am I actually good at? What am I terrible at? And the kind of work that makes you lose track of time. What kind of people bring out the best in me? What kind of person do I want to become? And your career is not something that happens to you. You're constantly building yourself. Right? And the wonderful thing about your 20s is that you have an enormous amount of time ahead of you. So keep learning and read things out of your syllabus. Talk to people who know more. Ask stupid questions. It's perfectly okay. Try things that you're not qualified yet. And I repeat this for the women, for the girls. Try things that you're not qualified. This is a major difference that I see between the gender, is a man prepares him, he tries, But a lady wants to prep herself, be very prepared, and then she takes it on. And therefore, I tell this, try things you're not qualified for yet. And don't be embarrassed that you don't know something. The smartest person in the room is very often the person who is comfortable saying, I don't know yet, but I'll figure it out. Second, remember that AI cannot replace judgment and taste. Young lawyers, you're going to be very good at finding information. Soon, missions will be even faster, even sharper, even better, even more depth. But finding information isn't the same as knowing what to do with it. A client doesn't come to you because they want a 47-page legal research. They come to you because they have a problem and they want a solution. They want to know, what should I do? What should I do? What's the risk? How much does it matter if I don't do? And what would you do if you were in my position? And that requires judgment. The judgment comes from experience. It comes from seeing things go wrong. It comes from understanding people. It comes from knowing when a technically correct answer but practically stupid doesn't work or impracticable. And that is where I call something as taste. Taste is knowing that just because you can say something doesn't mean you should. Just because you can send a 17-page email that you should. Just because there are 10 arguments that you can make doesn't mean that all 10 need to be made. Just because something is legally possible doesn't mean it's commercially sensible. So develop that instinct. No one can replace that. Everybody has the same law book, but when you develop that instinct, that interpretation, that makes you different. Learn to distinguish between what is technically correct and actually useful. And that will make you a very good lawyer. Third, develop the belief that you can figure things out. This one is perhaps the most important for this generation. When you start working, you'll be constantly given work, and it'll say, you're given a document, say, take a look at it. And you don't know what you're taking a look at, right? And your first instinct may be, I don't know how to do this. And I would urge you to replace that thought with saying, I don't know this yet, but I'll figure it out. And that's an incredibly powerful instinct or a belief that you should carry. Because your career will be full of things that you don't know how to do. And nobody is going to teach you everything. It's not a classroom where a professor stands and gives you gyan. You will learn by asking, by observing, by making mistakes, by Googling things, clouding things, by reading, by someone more experienced, by trying, failing, and then trying again. So Steve Jobs said, you cannot connect the dots looking forward. You can connect the dots looking backwards. So when you're 22, you will want to know where your career is going, but you have something you don't know, right? But you have something else going for you. You're a generation that has grown up with certain uncertainty. You've gone through enormous change in tech, education, work, society, COVID. You know what it feels like when the world changes underneath your feet. So don't spend your life trying to build a career where you're always comfortable. So instead, try to build the ability to adapt. That will be a great resilience, is what Nanda Kumar said. Take the difficult assignment. Move to a new city. Speak to people outside your comfort zone. Take something extremely unfamiliar to you. Take on the work where you're not sure you're good enough. Because when every time you do something uncomfortable, you're pushing your own boundaries. Okay? And one day when you look back and see, at 22, that which you thought was not possible, you will feel very gratified and that made you grow. And the fifth, use every unfair advantage you have. Slightly unconventional, but I'm going to say that anyway. Most of you in this room have some kind of a support system. Your parents, your families, your friends, your teachers, your alumni network, people who pick up the phone when you call, people who will help you when you don't know what to do, and use them. Ask for help. Ask for introductions. Ask for advice. Ask someone to read your CV. Ask someone how they got their first job. Ask someone to explain something that you don't understand. And don't romanticize struggling alone. And if you have opportunities that someone else doesn't have, don't feel guilty about using them. Use every unfair advantage you have. But remember, what you do with that advantage matters, because eventually you will be in a position that you will become someone else's support system. And at that point in time, be generous. And finally, find something that gives your life meaning. And I don't mean that you need to have your life's purpose figured out right now. You absolutely don't. But I hope you spend some time thinking about it, where there will be difficult years, jobs that you don't like, bosses who are difficult, the deals that fall apart, the clients who are impossible. There will be days when you question yourself whether you're good enough. And those moments, you should have something that matters to you most. Maybe it's your family, building something, public service, justice, financial independence, making your parents feel proud. Maybe it's simply becoming the kind of person you admire the most. And that purpose need not be super impressive, etc. It just has to be your purpose. And one last thing. Please don't stop dreaming. There's an enormous amount of pressure, especially when you're young, to be practical, to get a job, to get promoted, to make money, to buy a house, to build a career. And yes, you need to do those things, but also dream ridiculously. Dream about the company you might want to build, the courtroom you may want to stand in, the book you may want to write, the problem you may want to solve, the person you may want to become, the life you might create. And you will never again get this age, right? You'll never again have quite this much time ahead of you. And don't rush to become someone else's definition of being successful. It's very personal. Take risks, be curious, make mistakes, change your mind, fall in love with things, meet people who are completely different from you, build things, try things, fail at things, rebuild. And someday, it's okay, you'll figure it out. Okay? And because that, beyond any other skill, is the most important, maybe for you to prep for your future. Do we know what the legal profession looks like? You don't know, nor do I. Okay? You don't know what AI will look like for 10 years from now. Neither does anyone else. But you don't need to know, is what I feel. Because your job isn't to predict the future. Your job is to become someone who can thrive in it. So go out there, stay curious, develop your judgment, find your purpose, get comfortable being uncomfortable, use your unfair advantages, dream, and above all, believe that whatever comes next, you can figure it out. Congratulations to this class. I wish you all the very best, and thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I now invite Dr. Mohammad Habib to propose the vote of thanks.
Good morning, everyone. It is my great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this momentous occasion of School of Law Degree Distribution Ceremony 2026. On behalf of the entire NMIMS community, I, Dr. Muhammad Habib, Assistant Professor at NMIMS Bengaluru, extend my deepest gratitude to Senior Advocate Sri Nandakumar CK for honoring us with his esteemed presence as the chief guest today. Sir, we are deeply honored to have you with us on this very special day. Your insightful address and dignified presence have added immense value to this occasion. We are equally honored to welcome and thank Ms. Sharda Balaji, Founder and Managing Partner, Novo Juris Legal, for joining us as the guest of honor. Ma'am, your presence today and the insights you shared have deeply enriched the occasion. I extend our deepest gratitude to our Honorable Chancellor, Sri Amrish Patel, for his visionary leadership and unwavering commitment to the continued growth and excellence of NMIMS. His vision has been instrumental in shaping an institution that continues to empower generations of leaders to aspire higher and achieve greater. I also extend our sincere appreciation to the esteemed members of the Executive and Management Committee of SVKM's NMIMS for their continued guidance, encouragement, and steadfast support. Their collective vision and commitment have strengthened the institution and enabled us to create an environment where academic excellence and holistic development flourish together. We are deeply grateful to Sri Shailesh Patel, Mentor Chairman, Local Management Committee of the Bengaluru campus, for his constant guidance, encouragement, and commitment to the growth of our academic community. His support has been invaluable in strengthening the campus and nurturing an environment conducive to learning and excellence. It is our privilege to express our heartfelt gratitude to our Vice Chancellor, Professor Saugatare, for his visionary leadership and commitment to advancing academic excellence, innovation, interdisciplinary learning, and institutional growth at NMIMS. We are grateful for his guidance and for the vision he brings to the university as it continues to evolve and prepare students to navigate an increasingly dynamic world. Our sincere thanks also go to Dr. Sharad Maiskar, Provost Administration, for his continued support and valuable contribution to the smooth functioning and development of the university. We also extend our heartfelt appreciation to our Pro-Vice Chancellors, Dr. Meena Chintamaneni, Dr. Abhishek Ranjan, and Professor Seema Mahajan for their visionary leadership, steadfast commitment to academic excellence, and continued guidance and support towards strengthening academic and institutional ecosystem of the university. We express our sincere gratitude to our Registrar, Dr. Tanmay Chakraborty, for his invaluable contribution to the university's academic and administrative functioning and for his continued support in ensuring the effective implementation of institutional processes. Our sincere appreciation also goes to our Controller of Examinations, Mr. Ashish Apte, and the entire examination team for their meticulous efforts, diligence, and commitment towards ensuring the smooth and efficient conduct of examinations and all processes leading to this important milestone of our graduating students. Now, I would also like to express our heartfelt appreciation to our Director, Dr. Narayani Ramachandran, whose leadership, encouragement, and dedication have played a significant role in shaping the vibrant academic environment of the Bengaluru campus. Her commitment to fostering an enriching and student-centric ecosystem has been instrumental in making this campus a place where students can learn, grow, and aspire. It is also my privilege to express heartfelt thanks to our Dean, Dr. Durgamini Patel, for her continued support and guidance. I would also like to extend heartfelt thanks to our program chairperson, Dr. Samragi Chakraborty, for her unwavering dedication and support. To our distinguished faculty members, thank you for being the guiding force behind our students' learning and development. Your mentorship has shaped not only minds but also character. To all the administrative staffs, event coordinators, and support teams, your behind-the-scenes efforts have made today's celebration seamless and dignified. We truly appreciate your commitment. To the parents and families present, thank you for being the pillar of support throughout this journey. Your encouragement has been vital in shaping the success stories we celebrate today. And finally, to our dear graduates, today is the culmination of your hard work, resilience, and dreams. As you step out into the world, carry with you the values, wisdom, and experiences that NMIMS has instilled in you. We are proud of you and look forward to the difference you will make in the world. On behalf of the entire NMIMS community, I extend a warm thank you to each and everyone present here today. May this ceremony mark not just an ending, but a beautiful beginning. Thank you and congratulations once again.
Thank you, sir. Let us all rise for the national song followed by the national anthem.
कमल दल विहारिणी वाणी विद्या अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
I request the members of the audience to keep standing until the academic procession recedes.